Alright, I'm about to make my first attempt at changing this air filter. Maybe a little different for me because I don't have the screws inside of my seat. I know, especially on that side. Let me just get started. Take off the two side panels. I don't have my drill screwdriver hooked up. So I have my LED lighting connected directly to my seat. I'm not sure how that's gonna work out when I'm ready to take that off. Maybe I can get it to hang down some way. Or loosen up the wires. Got my alarm hooked up under the seat. Don't have to use that very often because I'll leave my bike outside. I need to get some extra screws. Some of those speed screws or something. At least put a shorter screwdriver inside my toolbox there. Right now I just have my extra tripod in there. Trying to make sure I don't lose those. Don't want to make a trip. Also, this is how I have my battery tied in. I took out that metal cage and this 8 amp hour battery fit in there perfectly. But I had to flip it around backwards because the polarity was switched. And so I just used this to make sure it doesn't fall out. Well, it's not moving, but I'm not sure how good of a job that's doing at this point. Nothing looks like. Make some adjustments on that before I put it back together. I need a bungee to go from here to there. That's just temporary. Anyway, with the side panel on, it keeps it locked in place anyway. So I do have one screw in my seat. That explains why it didn't just want to slip off. I don't recall putting it in there. Once I was riding and I hit the brakes real hard and my seat flew off. I almost fell off the bike. I was in the field. Let's see what we have on the other side. No screw on that side. I'll see if I can find one. I think I have an extra. She slide off. There she goes. Just slide it backwards. Now for these wires. Yeah, I'm not gonna just be able to slide it backwards. To access the air filter area. So, hey, there we are. These wires are really long. I had to bind them up. I don't want to rip them. So this was to hold the alarm or something in place. Got all kinds of stuff shoved in here. What is this? Guess that came with the bike. Got to take out those 4 screws. I don't even know if this is the right size filter. We're gonna find out. But I think my bike needs some more air. Horsepower is starting to go down. It wasn't as difficult as I thought to access this. I thought I was gonna take off even more stuff. Got those out. The last one seems like it's a little stuck in there. Which is fine, it can hold itself for me. Let's see if I can maneuver this out. Looks like there's a certain way you move it and it comes right out. Or else you'd be finagling forever. Well, I got the screw. Hold on a second, I'm gonna take this off. So I just slid it off the rubber, the hinge off the metal bracket. Maybe that'll give me enough room. I think it will. There we are. Okay. This filter doesn't even look dirty. It looks like there's been no air. Well, let's do something we can check while we're up in here. The airflow. How is it working? So, the intake here. Or is that going to the carb? That's the air going to the carburetor. So it's sucking it in. I doubt if it's sucking it in from back there. Must be sucking it in from up here. Just don't see it. Or is that sealed? That's sealed. It couldn't be sucking it in from that little tube under the seat, could it? Any holes under there? It could be that I need to adjust the valves again, and I will inspect them. Maybe make another adjustment. Oh, my alarm fell down from the place it was holding and it was melting on the exhaust. Look at that. I don't even know if it still works. Maybe we can find out. Or else I'll disconnect that, make some more space. So we're gonna test to see if our melted alarm actually works. Wow, it still works. Okay. That means we'll salvage it, put it back where it was. Okay, it's loud. Now we're gonna see if these air filters measure up. Do you see any dirt? I know sometimes it's hard to determine. Closer inspection, there's a very small amount of dirt in the creases. That's the dirt you can see. I'm an air quality expert, to be honest, indoor air quality expert, and I could tell you some of the stuff that clogs up filters, you don't even see it. Particles that are smaller than 0.3 microns or so. So we're gonna go ahead and change that if it's the right size. So I just removed these 4 more screws. Getting a bunch of screws there. And let's see. Comes right out. What? Alright, let's go see how it measures up to the ones we just bought. Alright, so far as I know, they could be way off, but they look pretty close. I'm gonna measure up the backs together. So the new ones seem like they are a little bit more narrow, but that they will cover over the area to seal it. So I waited until I took this old one out before I did anything, because I don't want to have to waste my money. They do look smaller. We're gonna give it a go. A50 isn't a huge waste, so if we have to send them, we don't have to worry about a refund if they don't work. If they do work, and we get a huge noticeable difference in the way the bike runs, we're gonna do a little contest. I see you got some filters for free. This one has more surface area visible. They could be too small. Well, it fits in there fine. Who knows, it could be better. It actually fits perfectly along the edge of the original one. We're gonna find out. Let's reinstall this. Yeah, it looks good in there. We got the first 4 screws in, nice and snug. It looks like it fits really good. Let's put the cover back on. Oh, that's right, it has an O-ring in there. We'll slide this back in here. I don't have any silicone putty or anything, so I'm just gonna have to rely on gravity to hold this in here for me. If it doesn't work, I'll try it again. I'll find some silicone. So far, so good. So we have to slide this in at first. Has to be up here to get over that lip. This wire was in the way. O-ring appears to still be in place. not lose it now. Alarm wire. Look around, make sure there's nothing binding. There we go. It fits in there, nice. Okay. This problem we'll have to solve. We'll figure out how to get this up here where it's not gonna fall down on us and end up on a... I'll really be blocking the air then, won't I? Can I fit this in here? Hey, is it not plugged in all the way? We get our alarm somewhere secure. If we can just get everything back together and get the seat back in place. I don't know how far that was sticking up before. It looks like it's sticking up pretty far now though. Seems like we'll be on the other side of that. So that's what I got. We'll see. Let's check it out. Hey. Looks like it's gonna work. It'd be much better for my alarm. There's a sensor. Sometimes I notice the sensor goes off as the bike cools off. You don't need any pinch wires. Now let's scoot the seat up into position, lock her down. When everything's fit together properly. Oh, you know what? I forgot. I forgot to put in the damn screws to hold down the cover. To hold down the cover on the air filter. It's always something. Oh, that was simple and easy enough. The seat popped right off and the screws went right in. Would have been much easier if I didn't have this alarm system and the LEDs hooked up, but oh well. Didn't take very long at all. Pretty simple. Because this is part of maintenance. You gotta know your bike pretty well. Look it over, check it out occasionally, and you find little things you need to tweak.